Greetings again, friends. 20 years ago, a very courageous school board in Surrey, BC, engaged in a battle all the way up to the Supreme Court of Canada. They were fighting in an effort to keep kindergartners from being taught the homosexual lifestyle. The High Court eventually ruled against them on the basis that their arguments were founded on religious values. Now, 20 years later, 5-year-olds are being taught that their God-given biological sex may have nothing to do with their true identity. They are being instructed that they, not God, get to choose what sex they want to be. And any attempts to hinder them for any reason, religious or otherwise, are now being deemed by the courts as an act of family violence. Hi. I'm Pastor Kevin Cavanaugh, one of the original founders and shapers of the One Accord movement here in Canada and around the globe. I'm wanting to talk to you for a few brief moments about our first key issue, the freedom of religion in Canada. Simply stated in Section 2 of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, it is the fundamental right of all Canadians to practice whatsoever religion they choose. And yet, as I speak to you right now, there are a number of things playing out across our nation that are clearly threatening those freedoms. Let me offer you a few disconcerting examples. Number one, public schools across Canada are forcing Christian families to have their children indoctrinated in the teaching of homosexual lifestyles. In Ontario, children are being mandated to defile their conscience and participate in the celebration and open exaltation of gay pride in their schools. Number two, Christian schools and universities across Canada are under full assault and are being forced to remove any standard of expectation for Christian conduct. In fact, the recent NDP government of Alberta was no longer allowing its Christian schools to even teach that the Bible was the Word of God or that marriage is exclusively between a man and a woman. Number three, local pastors out in BC have been intimidated and threatened with investigations for hate crimes, simply for hosting events, activities, or organizations that oppose the ideologies of the LGBTQ. Number four, as I speak right now, a federal bill is in the first reading which, if passed, would make conversion therapy a criminal offense, meaning that counselors, therapists, and individuals who receive remuneration for helping people who are seeking to get out of an LGBTQ lifestyle could be sentenced up to 5 years in prison. Friends, our religious rights and freedoms here in Canada are inching dangerously closer to extinction. We trust you'll agree that it is high time for the church in Canada to rise up, take its place, and get fully engaged in the election process. Church, pastors, people, as long as we still have our voices, we must use them for Christ. Now is the time for all of us to get involved and to take action. We must get out in force and work hard in this upcoming federal election to get MPs elected who are committed to taking a clear and strong stand on the freedom to practice all religions in Canada. Pastors, can we count on you to help us right now? We sure hope so. Next week, Pastor Giulio Gabelli will be addressing the very real threats that are facing us surrounding our precious freedom of speech here in Canada. May God bless you as you act on these things.